I have tried 3 or 4 times to record this video. I keep getting hung up at the audio quality of because sometimes the mouse clicking gets caught in the background. I really don't know how to solve that. I've tried a lot of things with OBS and noise suppression and noise gating and whatnot, but my mouse is so dang loud and the microphone is so darn sensitive. So, with that being said, hi. I just want to make a quick video of what we're going to be looking forward to in the next 8 days, being this Sheridan Vismod that looks like a T-72. Now, what is Vismod? It stands for visual modification. Why do they do that? Well, it helps tank crews and infantry and such gets them familiar with what they're looking at a distance, which is and to serve as a makeshift target if need be. And where they do this at mainly, at least to my knowledge, they might do it all around and elsewhere, but I've only ever known and seen photos of this come out of the NTC, which stands for the National Training Center in beautiful sunny California, somewhere between the armpit and the butthole of hell in South California, at a place called Fort Irwin. Now, the unit stationed at Fort Irwin mainly they operate with they focus on unit readiness and gets them trained before they go deploy somewhere, and helps them work on like various tactics and army maneuvers and stuff like that, communications, things of that nature. And so their unit at Fort Irwin mainly just they play Op 4, right? And they can either play as the Soviets or whatever else the mission dictates. And this is what this is right now. This is a Soviet or just Russian Eastern Bloc tank in general, T series tank, T-72. They can change it around to make it look like whatever they want, from T-62 to maybe like even a T-80 if they add on like ERA and other stuff to the turret and the hull, whatnot. They can also take the barrel off. I've seen photos of that. Take the barrel off, turn it into a BMP or a BMD of sorts, or they add 4 fake barrels to the front of it, make it look like a Shilka. It just depends on what they're trying to simulate and give the soldiers the experience to. But at the end of the day, at least in this game, it's still just a base Sheridan, which is fine because I like the Sheridan. I think the Sheridan's a good tank, relatively speaking, in CTS in real life. So, another story. I'm not going to go into it here, but let's go into what we have right off the bat. So, off the cuff, we have applique armor, we have extra RHA, and I believe aluminum. Nah, okay, so the hull's still aluminum, but they've added RHA around the tank in various parts, giving it the to mimic its armor package that like a armor profile rather that a T-72 would have. So the turret is more rounded and sloped. The you have like these fenders at the front here to give it looking at it from the front to give it its track length and space. Smoke launchers at the top, which I think might work. I'm not sure because the Sheridan smoke launchers are behind here where this turret armor is, and they're blocked. So I'm assuming that these ones are going to work, which if that's the case, then you're going to have a lot of smoke just firing off in front of you, whereas before you had a more widespread. So we'll have to see on that. We'll have to see how that operates. The main prize with this is 12.7 at the top here. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to having a Dishka, a backup machine gun for defense against like rat vehicles, the Humvees, the R3s, so forth. Various soft skid vehicles that will go around the map and try to flank you and get you from the sides of the back. Hopefully with the armor, the add-on armor that is, it will help against protection against autocannons. Mainly the lower caliber ones, it will likely not help at all against the occasional Bushmaster that'll show up on a rat tank, but the 20 will maybe, or the 139 on like the XM8 800, it might help against that. At least wishful thinking. As for the gun, it's still got its heat. It's ATGM and it's HE. The Sheridan heat is kind of mixed bag. Sometimes heat just doesn't work in this game. It could be from just latency, or you didn't aim properly and it got caught on a bunch of stuff. At least for me, that's my experience with heat. Uh, Maybe I'm just not using it right. If you have good experience with heat, great. 280 heat at tier 6 is going to cut through any, like, whatever you fire at. It's really nice to have. On top of that, it has its ATGM, its Shillelagh. Shillelagh's good. It's a bit slow, but when you hit the target, it still has a lot of explosive mass, and it'll carve through, again, like its heat round at tier 6, it'll carve through whatever you fire at. So you won't have any issues going through armor with this. On top of that, despite the barrel being longer, the actual barrel itself is still tucked back here into the gun without its shroud. So you could possibly bait people into trying to shoot your barrel. I don't know why they would, but in the off chance somebody does try to go for your barrel, maybe they won't aim close enough towards the base, so they'll hit here, the round might go through it, and that might give you a chance to take them out, because now they've wasted their shot. And if they don't have a machine gun that's strong enough to go through your armor, they can get you. All in all, looking forward to it. It's pretty cool to have. I mean, it's just a Viz mod, Sheridan, but it looks neat, and I like that. Because the other Viz mod we have in the game is of a fake M1 Abrams that's mounted on like a tracked utility vehicle, like the MTL or MTB something or other. It's that one's pretty silly as well, but it's still the same concept of just making a tank look like a Abrams or vice versa. So I'm just gonna keep it short and keep it there. I'm not really sure what else to say on this. Like I said, I'm looking forward to it. Maybe you might be too, maybe you not. I think it'd be worth to get it just because of the heavy machine gun. There's not a lot of turrets with heavy machine guns at tier 6, at least to my knowledge, that are in like the Joe Shack or blueprints, but I could just be misremembering and mistaking it. So I'm going to keep it there. Thank you for watching. When this comes out, I'm definitely going to make a full video on it. See ya.